Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Jackie with a Q. Well, y'all, the press conference has been had. I got my notes. I'm curious to see what they really gonna do. Now, I got the charges and all of that. The police chief spoke and the attorney general. Now, the police chief, is it me or do he be sharp for a white man down in the Alabamas? He be sharp, right? I don't know if someone dressing him for the press conferences, but he be together. He be gathered up. Anyway, like I said, all of it lasts about 10 minutes, 9 minutes and some seconds, right? And the charges are false reporting to a police officer and making false reporting to an officer and false reporting an incident to an officer. Sounds like the same thing, but two different charges. They both have, the bond was $1,000 for both, and they carry up to, they're both misdemeanors, and carry up to a year in jail, both of them, right? Now, what they could do is give her 2 years. I doubt it. The girl probably gonna only do 6 months, which might be all she can handle. I don't know, but she did get arrested today, and one of the journalists asked, will they have her mug shot up? They said in a minute. So hopefully, by the time I upload this, the mug shot will be ready, and that'll be my thumbnail, right? Listen, the people, now they sound, now, you know, before they were very nice, and they were still nice, but you had to listen to what they were saying. They said the same thing we've all been saying. There was a lot of manpower used, a lot of money used, a lot of people used their resources, a lot of people took time out their day and night in the hot Alabama sun, and they opened up wounds. They did mention that today. And they opened up wounds to people who have had children abducted and not alive anymore, right? They did mention that this time. And they said it in a very nice way, but you can tell. You can tell they mad about that. You can tell that. You can tell that. I put my iced tea in the freezer, and it's like frozy a little bit. So good. But anyway, they are moving forward. Now, we could say a year isn't enough, but they could do anything. And so when they asked, will there be further charges? Or will the parents be charged? They said, we don't know. We still researching. They still researching. Now, the attorney general said, we're going to look through our case files. What they getting ready to do is make an example. They said that the police chief said he will be speaking to, I forgot who he said he's going to be speaking to, the lawmakers. Because that's all they can give her according to the Alabama state law. That's all they can give her. That's what they said. They made it sound like we would give her more if it was in the law books. But the police chief said he's going to make sure that they amend the laws regarding the false statements. So it's CARLEE's fault, y'all. Y'all try to tell a lie again, ain't going to work. They're going to throw the book at you. It's CARLEE's fault, right? Now, what else did they say? What else did I have here? On the fines of $6,000. Somebody had said that yesterday anyway. And they talked about all the federal agencies. See, listen, they pulled out all the stops. Now, one of the reporters did ask, will they, there's concern about the next black or brown woman get abducted or missing. Will you all still look? They said, we're going to use the same fervor we used this time. We'll see. They mad. As they should be. As they should be. Right? Look, CARLEE done messed up bad. Now, even though it says misdemeanor and it sounds bad, and I'm going to tell you why I think they said that's all the law books had, right? And that could be true. But as she's going to nursing school, whatever she's doing, the felonies will hurt her. And she could possibly not get her license, right? What else did they have to say that I wrote down here? Now, I put small stars and said not enough. But now that I'm thinking about it, because you don't know which way they're going to go. She could do all of the whole year. They could do it concurrent. Not concurrent. They could do it consecutively. You know, she could do 2 years. She could. Each one faces each charge has a year time. She could do 2 years. I doubt if they make her do that, but she could do that, right? Is 2 years too much? I think so. Is a year enough? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking, though, the way with her lawyer, high powered and so on and so forth, they probably made some kind of deal before the charges was even made. So she might not only, she may do 6 months. I hope she do something, though. I hope she do something. Then again, she might not do nothing. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see, because it's misdemeanor. There are misdemeanor charges. But the magnitude of what she's done, even though it's misdemeanor, is bigger. Is way big, right? All the manpower, all the concern and care that people put in. Like, you had them white folks looking all around. I ain't never known them to look with the Secret Service. The FBI would look if you cross state lines. I ain't never know them, not no regular person, to look with the CIA and the Secret Service. Them people mad. Because, see, they didn't want, they was, again, he said that she incited panic. And I said that in my other videos. I guess they don't have that law. Because I think we have that in Ohio. That's where I got it from. Inducing panic, right? That's what she did. And he spoke on that today. Inducing panic and fear, and had people thinking that it was some kind of killer, especially after Angela Harris' daughter was abducted and unalived, right? I don't know where we get that term from. I've been saying that a lot lately. I'm just saying it because other people say it. I don't know if it's to not hurt anybody's feelings who went through that. I don't know what that's about. But, you know, she did call, she induced panic. She did. You induced panic amongst the good folks of Hoover, Alabama. That is what you did. And you know, that's an affluent neighborhood. They ain't got all that carrying on going down in there. And it always take us. Now, in a minute, they're going to start fleeing that area. If one more black person move up in there, one more black family move up in there, they're going to start fleeing. We don't want all that. We don't want all that rigmarole up in here in the nice Hoover neighborhood. You know, now you done got a little, CARLEE just messed it up. Like I said, y'all, it's bigger than her just telling that lie. When we mess up, one of us, all of us have to pay for it in some form or another. Now, let's just say, I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say there's another family that wants to move in there, even though they're buying those homes and you can't discriminate and so on and so forth. But they could possibly make it hard in some sort of way. And you know that exists, right? She just did. That was a bad thing. You know, that was a bad thing, right? It's bigger than what her little dumb butt did. Because, like, again, we represent each other. We represent each other, whether y'all want to believe it or not, whether, you know, whatever you do reflects on me. What I do reflects on you. That's just the way it is, right, for us. So I don't know. I'm going to follow it real closely and see what happened. But now, I want her mama and them to talk. You did all that talking before. You had got your big butt up there and did NBC, went on NBC. I need you to talk. If you don't do nothing but talk to what Gayle King at on ABC? Talk to somebody on TV One, BET. You know what I'm saying? You need to talk to somebody. Y'all need to talk. And I know it's embarrassing. But the mother, you have to speak up. The daddy have to speak up. And I don't know why we put it on the mama, because mama look like she the head, right? But y'all have to speak up. CARLEE need to speak. CARLEE needs to speak. She needs to speak. If she ever want to get past this in a good way, she need to say, I am so sorry, y'all. I lost my mind with my first love. Because we all been there. We done all did something stupid. Not that stupid, but we done did stupid stuff. Right? We done did stupid stuff. And, you know, you can watch Snapped or Fatal Attraction or any of them shows on TV One. People do a lot more when they in love, right? So we understand it. But you got to speak up. You hiding from it ain't a good look, because it looks like you don't care and you intentional and you just did what you wanted to do. That's what it looked like. So, CARLEE, if you listening, you need to say something to the people. Even if you have to put on some black glasses. Well, I got some. Here you go, CARLEE. This is what you do. Call me, I'll send you some of these. Get on there and say, hey, y'all, with your head down a little bit, they can't see you, right? Hey, you invisible. Now you invisible, right? Say, y'all, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You know, have your little napkin or something. Have your little napkin or something, right? I'm sorry. I was in love with a boy who didn't really like me. I lost my mind. I ain't never felt that pain before. I didn't know what to do. I was just trying to get his attention. I ain't know it was going to be y'all do all like that. I'm so sorry. Can y'all please forgive me? Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. What can I do? I'm so sorry. I'm going to church Sunday. I'm sorry. She need to do something like that, Carly. You know what I'm saying? Put your glasses on. You don't want to look at the camera, can't face the people. I get it. Put your glasses on and talk to the people. That'll carry you a long way. It'll carry you a long way as opposed to hiding and standing behind your mom and them and doing all that. You gotta say something, sis. You're a grown woman. Now you gotta put your big girl panties on and handle this. You gotta handle this. It's a lot of stuff we go through as women and we got to handle. We don't want to face, we don't want to handle, we don't want to be bothered. But you created this. You created this, and you got to get yourself out of it if you want to get in good grace and good standing with your peoples. You know, they say she's an AKA. Maybe you can go get one of your sorors, and they can help you do something or something. You know what I'm saying? I feel, this is what I feel that would, just come to me. What I feel she needs to do, get with her. Yeah, I don't know if they're, that's their sister, but you need to do some community service. Whether you do it with your sorors or do it, by yourself, because I believe she needs somebody with her. She just reminds me of somebody immature. You have to be very immature to do what she did, right? And so she might not can get along with herself, by herself, right? But she needs to do some community service, and she needs to do the community service within the confines of a women's shelter, domestic abuse place, or somewhere. Runaways, that'll be good. She deal with some runaways. Let her do community service with some actual runaways, teenage runaways, because even though she's 25, she's acting like a kid. So that's what she needs to do. She needs to do some good community service. She needs to do some good, and tweet about it. Like you tweet about all that other dumb stuff, you need to do some good community service. I got it. She needs to do some good community service. That's what she needs to do. And the judge may make her do that. I see the judge putting an addendum on, let's say she don't go to jail, she only get 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I see the judge making her do something like that. That only makes sense, right? You have to see, because she doesn't know how other people live, and she's living in her own world with no regards to anybody else and what she's doing, because that's the way her mama raised her. So anyway, y'all, that was the sum up of the CARLEE press conference. She had 2 charges: filing false police reports and false incident reporting to the police. It's not the same thing, but they gave her 2 charges. It looked like they gave her the maximum of what they could give her. 2 misdemeanors. They are both of them. You can get up to a year in jail. The fine is $6,000. Her bond was $1,000 on each charge. She's bonded out. So they, mom and them was standing right there when they put her in. They bonded right out, waiting on the mug shot. Police chief was sharp, and attorney general. They doing some more research. Okay, so hey, that's what it is, y'all. I've been waiting on it, and I was busy, and somebody texted me and said, hey, the press conference is going on. So I thank you, my friend. But anyway, yeah, that's what's happening, y'all. Don't be telling no lies, okay? Happy Friday.